Power Cell Gravity Suit.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh, shit!
How do I leave? Wait. Why did the bird lady name the bird Kira? Oh. Maybe because Kira's right here. Oh, you are the one I have yearned for. I don't think there's a darkness trap in his pants. I think I just stuck his pants over my head. And that is why I am now blind. I finally removed the pants from my head. I can see again. I can drive. Bro's going through something, and honestly, I'm not qualified to help him through that. So those are 3 checks that I am unable to get because I cannot punch the ground. Fisherman's boat. Okay, that is a world we can go to. Now, we could do Hollow Bastion 2, but I'm gonna see if I can defeat Simba. Not Simba, Scar, the inferior Simba. Now that I have Blizzard.
Can we be friends? No!
Well, normally I would just hope Donald would heal me, but Donald's fucking dead. Alright, Donald is no longer dead. So that did not bode well for me and my chances against Scar, but, you know, we'll see, I guess.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing!
I owe it to you. It's up to you now. This time you burn. This time you burn.
Take reflect damage.
This time you. This time you burn. It's not over. This time you burn.
Alright, well, I'll do this to let Simba's magic recharge so he can at least heal me. Because Donald is dead. Alright, thank you, Simba. That is exactly what I wanted.
My anger has grown for far too long.
A bro really just said his anger has grown for far too long, as if he wasn't living a life of luxury for the past however many years since he became the Lion King. Oh my. Well, did anyone order a roasted lion?
Try to catch him.
Did anyone order electrified lion?
I will meet you. I'm here.
It's over.
It's time to burn. It's time to burn.
Uh-oh. And now we play Everyone Loves Running in a Circle. And now we run away.
Do this.
I did not mean to cast Cure. And now Simba wasted his magic to heal Donald. Well, at least Donald healed me a little bit. That's nice. Oh! He was that close to death. Cool. And yet again, I have failed twice and succeeded on the third attempt. Alright, Power Cell, and another Scout Fly. You know, as long as both Archipelago items weren't Scout Flies, I'm okay with this. So, I could technically go and attempt to fight Roxas, but I'm going to go do Hollow Bastion 2 instead. And if I don't get any checks here, I'm going to go to Misty Island in Jak and Daxter. And or if I am not a pro gamer and die too much. Although, I do have Chimkin Little. So... I shouldn't? Skateboard. Man, Tony Hawk really showed up, made skateboarding a fan favorite for literally everybody in the 2000s, and then dipped. Alright, let's look at the Archipelago items. Scout Fly. Should have known. Ooh, Glide. Huge. Big movement unlocked. I'll take a look at that Archipelago item real quick. But there's one more chest I can quickly unlock. Maybe it's Archipelago item. It is. Aw, man. I hope it's not a Scout Fly. Oh, Boost Ball. We can go to Metroid Prime. I'm trying to think. There are a decent number of checks now that we have the Boost Ball that we can go and collect. And I think we have the Gravity Suit. So now instead of only getting a very few amount, we can actually go and get a reasonable amount of checks next time we go into Metroid Prime. So... I did a bit of a fucky-wucky here. Whether my hotkey didn't work, or I simply just forgot to press the hotkey, OBS never removed the Archipelago client from the game capture. And I do not realize this until after Goofy shuckin' dies, and then comes back A-OK 10 minutes later. So, what did you miss? A fight with a swarm of enemies where I used Chicken Little twice. Would you like to see me use Chicken Little again? A boss fight where I, once again, used the GOAT Chicken Little. And a very iconic section of the game where you team up with various Final Fantasy characters to fight Heartless. Now, we did get an Archipelago item or two, so let's look at... I am just now realizing I never removed the Archipelago tracker from the recording screen. So anyways, on to another really cool section of Kingdom Hearts 2. The 1,000 Heartless fight.
Gather.
Where what they wanted to do, the PlayStation 2 just was not capable of handling. So they had to settle for only these two types of enemies. Still 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Back off.
Man. Remember when games really pushed the limit of trying to do cool things? And now it's just, oh, you don't have 200 gigabytes of free space to install our game? What are you, poor? And this is it. Heartless number 1000. How are we gonna kill him? And for that, I got a potion. Yippee! Oh, and Archipelago items. We're gonna get a few checks here, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up onto the screen. Okay, power cell. Nice, nice. Battlefields of War, which is a world check, and an elixir. Alright. Cool. Well, even though we've technically cleared Hollow Bastion, or Radiant Garden as it's now called, there are a few more chests and checks we can get afterwards. Power cell. Alright. While we're getting close to being able to have enough power cells to fight the next boss in Jak and Daxter, we still need access to that section. We did get access to a few more new worlds, so let's go hang out with Aladdin. That seems like fun. I forgot to change my Blizzard to Magnet. One of these days, I will remember to change it back. This is another fight where you can technically beat it by just taking enough damage, and then it auto-skips, but I want the experience, because clearly I need all the levels ups I can get. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I can summon the lad, the man. Well, not a man yet, but the myth and the legend, Chicken Little. Eventually, it's just gonna throw me into the next section of the game. After Chicken Little and I curb stomp all those Heartless. Yeah, just like that. MP Rage. Nice. I kinda hope that's for Donald. It was for Goofy. That is the most tragic outcome possible. Oh, customize. I almost didn't remember because of the tragedy that was MP Rage on Goofy. And that would have been a shame. Alright, let's see what those last 2 archipelago items were. 2 power cells. Well, even though I just saw on the archipelago feed that Rising Dragon is Donald Thunder, Donald Cure is just far superior, so Donald is solely going to be a medic machine when I am unable to summon Chicken Little. Man, you move so slow with Glide level 1. You really need, once you get Glide level 2, you can fly through the air. Like, the only thing you care about is being slow. Bone Fist, that's another world check. I have a feeling I could probably just stick the cage too and beat it with enough checks that I get just from finding them in this game. But I will swap over to Metroid Prime. I just have to decide when. Let's actually look at the worlds we have. Alright, after this world, we'll go to Halloween Town and save Christmas. And then we'll head on over to Metroid Prime and see where we can get between the gravity suit, the boost ball, and the power bomb. Well, that was rude. Alright, the 2 archipelago items we got were scout flies. You know, it has been a hot second since the archipelago items were scout flies, so it's not too awful that we got them. Alright, and now we have to guide this monkey to the statue. Instead of just picking up the crystal ourselves and running it all the way down there. We have to let Abu do it. Because this is a Disney game, and we need to show off Abu. He do be cute, though. And now we have to do a time attack. Where we have to clear each level within 2 minutes. Or every level within 2 minutes. Which shouldn't be too bad because I have Thundera Thunder Boost. But I have been wrong before in this very playthrough, so... Man. Not having fall damage in a game is great.
Helicopter, helicopter!
Alright, and we finished it in under a minute. Now, this next fight is a tad difficult, simply because you are in a tiny space, which does not give you a whole lot of room to run. Oh, hey, look! Jak passed off the darkness trap to Sora. Ouch. Hot, 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 hot. Not cool.
It's time!
That is not meant to be a pun. I am telling you right now, that is not a pun. It could be, but I'm saying it's not. Archipelago item. Crouch. Does that let us do roll kick since we can crouch, or is roll a separate move? Well, I guess next time we go into Jak and Daxter, we'll have to find out. Either way, big, huge even. The more abilities we unlock for Jak, the better.
This is it. This is it.
Now, you'll never guess what's gonna happen. The exact same thing we just did, repeated multiple times. That is this boss fight. Pop one of these dudes, they turn into a bunch of smaller ones, and then you attack the other.
This is it.
Usually with a reaction command. And now we attack Ice Guy.
Take this.
That being said, I do really like this boss fight. So, I think I read somewhere that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have reaction commands again, and if so, that would make me very happy.
Take this.
It would also make me happy if we got any news on the game's release in general. Archipelago item. That would be a power bomb expansion. That's nice. Always take ammo expansions. Now we have to go to Halloween Town, and you guessed it, save not Halloween, but Christmas. Alright, Jak. You ready to dance on these Heartless? Up first, we should check what that Archipelago item is. It was a progressive plasma beam. That is huge. I can now do plasma beam charge shots. So yeah, going to Metroid Prime after this is definitely the right call. But I said a moment ago, Jak, you ready to dance on these Heartless? And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, Jak's limit is called Dance Call.
Prepare to scream.
And we use the power of dance to conquer evil. And I just gotta say, I wish I had moves as smooth as Jak. But, I am awful at dancing. Man, Sora just throat chopped that last Heartless with his Keyblade. So there is a fight up ahead where this aerial finish is useful, so I'm going to go ahead and equip it now before I forget. Ooh, Air Combo Plus, just in time for that fight I was talking about. Alright, I know I said after we saved Christmas, we would go to Metroid Prime. But before we do that, we're gonna have to have fun and play games with Pooh Bear. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Yeah, that's the one thing with the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer, is you'll definitely have sections where it is extremely difficult because you are very underleveled, and then you have sections where you are very overleveled or have overpowered spells and abilities. And we'll check those 3 archipelago items in a moment, but there are 2 more chests in Santa's house. Yes, the Santa Claus. He exists. He is canon. And 2 of them were scout flies, and 1 was an artifact. So, could be better, but, you know, could also be worse. Oh my, what could have left these mysterious footprints? I'm saying that, but in the cutscene right before this, it showed exactly what left these mysterious footprints. It was a walking bathtub. Pretty sure that's from the movie, but I don't really remember the movie too well. I saw it once. This thing was definitely not in the movie, but it's here for us to murder anyways. Thank you for spitting that child back out. But unfortunately for you... Oh, never mind. He got another child. Oh no, he has all 3 of the children! You're not Jeffrey Epstein, get back here! Was that in poor taste? How long does someone have to be dead before you can start making jokes like that and not be considered in poor taste? So I'm pretty sure the saying, comedy is just tragedy plus time. And with the amount of 9/11 jokes I see, that is a very true equation. Power cell. Nice. Again, can't really do a whole lot with those until we unlock access to the back part of that second world. But now, now we get to go and fight one of the boss fights of all time. Every time you fight this man in the Kingdom Hearts games, it's some extravagant boss fight. That's right, it's him.
Nice view from
Holy Jesus.
up here.
He's looked better.
Just try dodging this.
You might need to see a new dermatologist. I think your current one has done you dirty.
Right, away you go. Now you just try dodging this.
I will try dodging it, and I will succeed. Because nothing beats the power of friendship and this giant key I found.
Now you just try dodging this. That's right, away you go.
But evidently, Donald was not capable of dodging that. He is dead.
That's right, away you go.
Alright, run him, Jak. Do him dirtier than his dermatologist did him. We got him, Jak. Way to go. Scan! Huge! We can now finally see enemy health bars. But first, what was that archipelago item? Power cell. All right. Wasn't a scout fly, so my day is good for the next few moments until we eventually get a scout fly from playing with Winnie the Pooh Bear. What did I say? We would get the scout fly when we went to play with Winnie the Pooh Bear. Maybe I should have gone straight to Metroid Prime and not played with Pooh Bear. Never mind, we're jumping. If I could jump on balloons like this in real life and not face any kind of damage to my legs, I would in a heartbeat. This seems like so much fun. But, if anything remotely close to that was attempted, anyone who's involved's legs would snap faster than accidentally stepping on a twig. Alright, back here yet again. And now that we have the boost ball, we can actually get past the section by using boost ball on this to fill the world with water. Maybe. Oh no, see, these just open up the faucets. And then once the faucets are open, then we can flood the area by pushing that button all the way up there. Man, ancient civilizations. Great ideas on how to get things done. If I remember correctly, there is a check in here, so before we can actually go all the way up to the top. Platinum ring. That is worthless because we don't have more accessory slots, and even if we did, I have far better accessory items than a platinum ring. This is absolutely tragic. Oi, can you not? Thank you. I just asked nicely, can you not? And yet here you are. What's the opposite of not? Notent? And here you are, notent it. Oh, hello. And goodbye. Well, now that I have the plasma beam, time to quite literally incinerate all these enemies. now that they have all perished, it is time to go ahead and grab... Never mind, I'm not in the room I thought I was. I can't grab this item. I do not have super missiles unlocked, so we will have to come back here. Maybe. If that is an important enough item to come back. Alright, and now it's time for puzzle time. And by puzzle, you just scan a bunch of different things. And morph ball bomb into slots in the wall. And then boost ball into other slots down here. Oh, but not yet. I have to morph ball bomb some more things. The one advantage of being impatient is I don't have to sit through those cutscenes. The bad thing is if I am not 100% sure on where to go, I have to try really hard to remember. And man, thinking, it's difficult. Okay, do I now go into the spinny things? I do! And just like that... Hold on, I'm not in a good enough position. And just like that, a cool 3D hologram of this solar system, not like the Milky Way, but the fictional solar system Metroid Prime takes place in, has appeared. Why is it named the Milky Way? What if you're lactose intolerant? That's just kind of rude. Alright, and now it is for the they fly now cutscene. Years before it was cool. I haven't actually seen the Star Wars movie that meme is from. And from what I've read online, it's probably a good thing that I have not seen it. Jeez. I know cool people don't look at explosions, but I was in that explosion. Does that count? Maybe? I don't know. And now we just casually knock this tower over and go and pick up whatever's inside. Alright. I won't use negative combo, but at least it's not a scout fly. Oh no, it's a Metroid, like the name on the box. Metroid. He thinks he's so cool jumping through the window like that, just to immediately perish. Yeah, you're not cooler than Samus. I think one of the few people cooler than Samus would be Chester Cheetah. The dude is literally too cool for school. How can you beat that? I remember the first time I did this, I got all the way to like right here. I then fell off trying to gun it for that item because I am an impatient man. And I was an even more impatient child. And then I had to do that like 3 more times until I finally learned my lesson. I say that, but I don't think I actually learned any lessons other than, wow, I don't have to go through that again. Alright, so normally to get out of this room, that is the thermal visor down there. And that lets you see a method to charge unpowered doors with the wave beam. But even if you pick it up and it's not thermal visor, it still depowers all the doors. And the only other door in this room is the ice beam, which I don't have. So I'm not gonna pick up that fire element yet, and I'm just gonna backtrack through the facility. And I'll come back later when I either have ice beam or thermal visor. I can see you. So, I can't get through this door until I have access to super missiles, which means I'm locked out from this way through the rest of Phendrana Drifts. But between Boost Ball and Power Bomb, there are a few more checks that I can go ahead and pick up. So I'm gonna go backtracking and do that. Now, luckily, between the Boost Ball and the Power Bomb we got, we can get 3 checks almost as soon as we enter this next area in the Magmore Caverns. You know, I've said almost, but that was in consideration of me making a basic jump. That did not happen. So, what can you do? Bada bing, bada boom. now that we have the boost ball, we can give this structure an erection. Oh, never mind. It was just... Well... I'm gonna continue from that idea and just not say anymore. So now that we got past that gap, we can now go wander on over here, and there is a check inside this little room. Oh boy, is it a scout fly?
I can't take this shit no more, man.
Now luckily, since we have power bombs, we can immediately drop down here for another check. Which is... Donald's Lucky Lucky. Well, it's not a scout fly, so we'll take it. And since we have power bombs, we can just, yeah. This bridge is no longer OSHA compliant. But hey, we got a power cell out of it, so, OSHA guidelines, get fucked. Now, we weren't able to get any other checks in the Talon Overworld or Fendronic Drifts, but there is one check we can get in this Chozo Ruins. No, there are two, since we have the gravity suit. And now, since having a skateboard would be too similar to all the other cool 2000s games, we get a just half pipe and our morph ball. Since the gravity suit allows us to move unencumbered through water, we can now go down here and pick up, I think it's going to be a scout fly. Oh no, aerial dodge. Much better. However, that means we can no longer progress in Metroid Prime, and we must jump to either Jak and Daxter or Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright, we are back on Jak and Daxter, mostly because I wanted to see if I am able to roll jump, and no, roll is its own thing. That's tragic, but I probably need crouch to roll, right? So I got that going for me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And here we are, Misty Island. I gotta say, this place didn't scare me as much as a kid as I would have expected it to. Probably because the man-eating fish monster was in this game and I had already experienced that. And quite frankly, nothing can be scarier than that. Alright, there is the muse we need to get for that one guy that I talked to forever ago, but I'm not actually sure if I can catch up to him without some form of additional movement, like a roll jump or a punch. Well, even if you're not wearing pants, it doesn't matter because you are submerged in the mud. Alright, I guess I have to find an alternate way up there. That's cool. Cosmic Chain, now that is a good piece of armor. It's not the best, but it is definitely up there. Well, it appears that if I want to go get that scout fly, I'm going to have to be prepared to die. Alright, let's see if I can get on over to that scout fly box fast enough. Gotta go fast! Absolutely tragic. But I didn't have to fall to my death and die because I could have just jumped down here. But I bet if I grab this blue eco, I could probably chain together a good number of them. Never mind. Oh! That was completely unintentional. I won't even take credit for how cool that was. But it was cool. Well... Huh. I'm unsure of how I am supposed to get up there. But I'm sure it can be solved. Eventually, I fell. Oh, put me here. How cool. Ow! Rude. Oh, I need blue eco over here. Yeah, I can do that. You know, I said I can do that.
Looks like it hurt. Should I call for backup?
Who are you gonna call? I am doing this solo. Are you gonna call the Ghostbusters? And he hit me. I thought I could outrun him, but he knocked me off the cliff into my death. At least we get this power cell. Progressive ice, that is actually huge. There are quite a bit of doors I cannot get past without the ice beam. So maybe we go back to Metroid Prime after this. We'll see. Maybe we get some cool Kingdom Hearts items. Nice. I am gonna need that blue eco over there to run up here and grab this scout fly chest. Although I'm not sure if I can make it. Oh, that was actually easy. Well, it was for a scout fly. Well... I can at least try catching that golden creature with the power of blue eco. Oh lord, he fast. Oh, he real fast. Alright, I just... You know, that guy really did just kind of dunk on me in every way imaginable. So I guess we start chasing him backwards. That man's was so proud of himself for knocking me off the cliff. Jerk. Alright, I guess I just did not hit it there. Cool. Well, at least that way we know we can go decently fast with the blue eco. Get your golden butt back here. Alright, I got him. I don't think Daxter likes him because that was much, much cuter than Daxter. But now we can turn that into the dude in the village, and that will get us another check. I will adventure in this little water area. Well, that's one way to clear out those blimps. I'm trying to see, do these guys have pants? I think so. They're certainly violating OSHA standards. That is not, they are not secured at all. They are just sitting on the equivalent of a children's swing set swing. And yep, I won't fall out. You know, to their credit, they didn't fall out. An anime boy with a odsel on his back ran them over. So it wasn't the unsafe harness that killed them. Still a violation, but, you know, they gotta take wins where they can get them. Max HP up, always nice. I feel like I say always nice whenever I see something that's not a scout fly, and if it's something important, I'm slightly happier in tone and voice. But in reality, as long as it's not a scout fly, it makes me happy. Despair trap? You know, maybe I spoke too soon. What is despair trap? Is he done? Please be done. Well, that was something. I don't know what else I could possibly say other than that was something. Well, I guess now that's one other thing that I will not be happy to get. So, scout flies, you're not the only one. Finally. However, if I do get traps outside of this game, I can't make it back up. Oh, never mind. I can. But,
Let me smell your breath.
Daxter, you want to do something about that lurker right there?
Let me smell your breath.
Alright, I tried.
Many minutes later.
Alright. Success. I didn't have to warp back to Geyser Rock. That's pretty cool. You know, all that man's had to do was slightly stick, not even like, maybe 3% of his body, you know, a finger or a toe over the ledge, and he would have, I would have been knocked off that ledge so fast. But, you know, I guess if they are paid, they're probably not paid to think. They're paid to blindlessly charge at any anime-looking boy. So... wow, they really expected people to take a lot of damage here. You know, they're right, because I just took 2 points of damage. Die. Oh. That sound effect is... I don't know if it's needlessly loud, but because it's higher pitched, it sounds a lot louder, and it will always startle me. I know it's a sound effect they use quite a bit in this game. Still gonna startle me. Can I... Yes! Oh. So this is how I explode open those. Huh. I remember using a cannon in this game, just not here. Maybe there's another place I get to use it. Well, I could have just jumped down into that arena, but I want to open up the door, so that way I can at least go back this way if I have to. Alright. You know, they want the smoke. And by smoke, I mean swinging an odsal into their face, because I'm incapable of any other damaging attack. But, you know. Why would you do anything else? Ooh, ready though, to make it even better.
Helicopter, helicopter!
You know. Spin to win. Crash Bandicoot had it right all along. I didn't notice it until I picked them up, but those crates do not have equal number of precursor orbs in them. And that's just not very cool. Spider Ball! Alright, that is huge. We will definitely go to Metroid Prime. Between the Ice Beam and Spider Ball, we can access quite a bit of new areas. Open? Yay! Maybe I didn't want it to open. There are dudes here that I am bad at fighting. It doesn't matter the fact that I just killed the two of them effortlessly. I have died to this dude many a times earlier. Alright, can't get up there. Did I miss anything? I did. But can I get back up if I go down there? Because I don't have crouch jump. That looks like a no, so I don't know if I actually want to go down there. I don't see... No, I can make it. Okay, I can go down here. So nice that Blue Eco pulls in precursor orbs towards you. You think they made it blue for Sonic? Alright, so there is a blue eco vent, so I'm going to have to re-attempt this. I bet this is close. Yep, it is. I don't even have to go down there. And what do we get from this vent? Bond of Flame. As nice as having more Keyblades is, there are gonna be... Actually, I don't think there are gonna be any Keyblades that'll beat my Combo Boost Kingdom Key. because I already have all 3 combo boosts, 2 on 2 different keyblades, and 1 as just a raw ability. Well, I don't think I can reach the Scout Fly with that blue eco. So, that might be everything here on Misty Island. Yeah, return to the sculptor. And I don't have that last one is Scout Flies. And those precursor orbs are probably for up here to the right that I can't reach because I can't dive jump. Well, I guess I could get one of them, but yeah, I can't dive, so... Well, we'll head on back to the town, give the dude his golden cat, leopard. I know he calls it a muse, but that's not a species, that's like an artist's thing, an artist's source of inspiration, their muse. Alright, bro, here's your weird cat thing back.
Oh, the muse!
That's cool and all. But what the fuck creature is that? Well, I don't believe there's anything else we can actively do here. So we're gonna head back to Metroid Prime since we got 2 major progression items. Oh, jeez. I mean, that's realistic, but how am I supposed to see the thing I'm supposed to be shooting at? And here's one of those weird morph ball things. I need to know, anyone who's played this game, have you struggled as much as I have in trying to get up there, or am I just dumb? Now, I do have to fight a bunch of those ghosts. Not having the power beam charge shot or the super missiles, it's gonna take a while of just spamming the fire button. That is very satisfying. They did not have to include that in this game, but they did.